Mark chapter 10. He got up and went to the region of Judea on the other side of the Jordan. Large crowds followed him there, and he taught them as he had been doing. The Pharisees came to him and tested him by asking,
"Does it violate the Torah for a man to divorce his wife?"
He asked them, "What did Moses command you?" They replied,
"Moses allowed us to write a bill of divorcement and send her away."
Yeshua told them, "It was because of your hardened attitudes that Moses wrote this rule for you. But from the beginning, Jehovah made them male and female. That's why a man should leave his father and mother and be glued to his wife, and the two will be one entity. So they are no longer two but one entity. So no one should separate what Jehovah has joined together." In the house, the disciples asked him about this again. He told them, "Whoever divorces his wife and marries another is committing adultery. If a woman leaves her husband and marries another, she is committing adultery." People brought little children to him so that he could touch them. But his disciples scolded those who brought them. When Yeshua saw it, he was very displeased, and he said, "Allow the little children to come to me, and don't stop them. The kingdom of Jehovah is for people like them. I am certain that whoever doesn't receive the kingdom of Jehovah like a little child won't enter at all." Then he took them in his arms and laid his hands on them and blessed them. As he was beginning his journey, someone ran and fell on his knees and asked him, "Good master, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Yeshua replied, "Why call me good? No one is good but Eloah alone. You know the commandments. Don't commit adultery, don't steal, don't murder, don't give false testimony, don't cheat, honor your father and your mother." The man replied, "Master, I have obeyed all these from my childhood." Yeshua looked at him and loved him and told him, "There's one thing you haven't done. Go and sell everything that you own and give the money to the poor, and there will be a treasure for you in heaven. Then pick up your cross and follow me." He lamented those words and went away grieving because he was very rich. Yeshua looked around and said to his disciples, "It is very hard for the rich to enter the kingdom of Jehovah." The disciples were astonished at his remark. Then Yeshua added, "Children, it is very hard for a rich person to enter the kingdom of Jehovah. It is easier to put a rope through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of Jehovah." They were even more astonished and looked at each other. "Then who can receive eternal life?" Yeshua looked at them again and said, "With people it's not possible, but with Jehovah it is, because everything is possible with Jehovah." Cephas replied, "Look, we have given up everything to follow you." Yeshua said, "I am certain that no man who has left houses or brothers or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or farms for my sake and for the sake of the good news will fail to receive 100 times as much in the present time, including houses, brothers, sisters, mothers, children, and fields, along with persecution, and in the world to come eternal life. But many who are now first in influence will be last, and many who are now last will be first." While they were on their way up the road to Jerusalem, Yeshua was leading the way. They were amazed as they followed him, trembling as he took his 12 and began to tell them what was going to happen to him there. He said, "We're going to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the high priest and the Torah teachers, and they'll condemn him to death and hand him over to the heathen. And they'll mock him and scourge him and spit in his face and kill him, but after 3 days he'll rise." James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came to him and asked, "Master, we want you to grant us whatever request we ask of you." He asked them, "What do you want me to do for you?" They replied, "Allow one of us to sit on your right side and the other on your left side in your splendor." But he told them, "You don't know what you're asking for. Are you able to drink from the same cup that I drink from and be immersed with the same immersion that I am immersed with?" They told him, "We are able." So Yeshua told them, "You will drink from the cup that I drink from, and you will be immersed with the same kind of immersion that I am immersed with. But I don't have the authority to seat you on my right side or my left. Those positions are previously reserved." When the other 10 heard this, they began to mutter about James and John. Yeshua called them and said, "You know that those who are considered the rulers of the nations are tyrants, and their great men have authority over them. But it must never be like that with you, because whoever wants to be great among you should be a servant, and whoever wants to be the most influential must become the servant to everyone. The human Son didn't come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Then they went to Jericho. As Yeshua was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a large crowd, a blind beggar named Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, was sitting beside the road. When he heard that it was Yeshua the Nazarene passing by, he began to shout, "Son of David, have mercy on me!" People criticized him and told him to be quiet. But he shouted even louder, "Son of David, have mercy on me!" Yeshua stood there and had them call for him. They called the blind man and told him, "Cheer up and get up, he's calling for you." The blind man threw off his coat, got up, and came to Yeshua. Yeshua asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man told him, "Rabbi, I want to see." Yeshua told him, "Go, your faith has restored you." Immediately he could see again, and he followed him down the road.